this is the other side of traditional holiday images. The intimate romantic retreat at a remote lodge. A table for two, a hot toddy for the body perhaps. Lindsay is spending her first Christmas away from home, so our challenge is to take this sparsely furnished apartment and turn up the heat a bit for a warmer, cozier, and intimate atmosphere. I think it's time for a little home-to-go style holiday romance.
Usually we spend our Christmas together as a family up in Scotland. When I was at home in the UK, I lived in London and always made it home for Christmas. I was always with my family on Christmas Day. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking I might have Christmas this year with my boyfriend, so it would be the first time that we've done that. We're used to hundreds of people and now it's just going to be me and him.
Designer Stuart Swing definitely has some big plans for creating a holiday decor, including four Christmas trees. But with very little furnishings and a dining table made up of moving boxes, we got a lot of work to do. After hearing that Lindsay's planning on spending Christmas with just her boyfriend, Stuart Swing and I decided to create for her the ultimate romantic Christmas.
We did, and I thought that essential to that was the fact that the space feels pretty bare right now and it just needs some warming up. Beautiful space, great architectural lines, and to help with that I brought in some faux suede draperies which will help to bring that warmth. The color is also quite warm and plays off the warmth of the brick.
Yeah, that's the one area we're actually going over and beyond. We're going to give her Christmas decor, but we're going to actually give her window treatments, which she needs.
Exactly, and the nice thing is, keeping in the true home-to-go fashion, she can take them with her when she leaves as well.
Okay. The areas we need to address again is the dining area, because we have a beautiful dinner planned for her, and then developing the fireplace area.
And I think we will keep a cohesive look between the two spaces through a consistent use of color, through the amber, the warm browns, as well as the exotic flowers, which will be sort of in both spaces.
Lindsay, I bet it was a nice bonus finding a working fireplace in the apartment.
Absolutely, it's lovely.
It's quite nice. What we're going to do is we're going to work on making it more of a focal point. Because right now I'm kind of feeling like the TV is the focal point.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to paint out just the upper area. This is a nice sort of seasonal idea. You can change it later on. We're just going to paint, again, just the area above the mantle. What Stuart has picked up is a color from the brickwork, so it's rather dark, but again, you'll be able to change it quite easily. And we're going to remove these guys.
That's great news, that's good.
I thought you might be happy about those.
Yeah.
We're just going to cap up the wires and replace them with these two great brackets that Stuart's picked up. They're black, they're carved. What's nice about them is they're really large. This fireplace is massive, so you need some large pieces to help balance it out, to play up the vertical more so, because right now it's feeling very horizontal. As you can see, Lindsay's mantle is really starting to take shape. Stuart has also included a rectangular mirror, which he didn't want to mount directly onto the wall. He wanted it leaned. Not quite sure why.
Well, partly because that way it's reflecting down into the room. It's going to reflect our Christmas tree. It'll reflect some of the things that are on the table. And it's also a nice thing when you're having a party just because it reflects what's happening in the room as opposed to looking up and reflecting the ceiling.
Oh. Now we have a lot more elements to incorporate. Beautiful magnolia leaves, more orchids, lots and lots of candles.
Yes, we're going to set the house on fire. It should be a house of passion.
Exactly. We want it to be romantic.
So I was thinking we could maybe put the two orchids on either side here to kind of flank our mirror.
Right, okay.
Again, as you said before, just playing up the vertical height. So then, again, just adding some candles.
Pillar candles, yeah. And again, all in that sort of color range that you were going for, the ambers and the golds and
lots of nice
browns.
rich colors. If you want to grab some magnolia leaves, we can maybe kind of intersperse those.
Yeah, sort of woven in between there kind of thing, I would imagine. Just like that, which is quite beautiful.
Good. Then I also picked up these little votive holders, which I thought could replace the light source that was here before. And they're actually covered in little feathers.
Feathers, so again, in that amber coloring, which is quite beautiful.
So sort of soft and romantic.
What's nice is this is somewhat of an unconventional holiday look, is what we're going for. We didn't want the typical, obvious pieces, but we got some sparkle.
We still have some sparkle.
You gotta have sparkle.
I knew you'd want that.
And some stars, which I think you probably want to scatter in there.
Yeah, we'll probably scatter a few of those throughout.
Okay, and then also the main pieces we're also introducing are two architectural features.
Right.
The column with the urn that sits atop.
Yeah, I just picked these up at a garden center. We've got the pedestal and the urn, as you said, on top. What I'm wanting to do is fill those with moss, put a shallow vessel inside, and then do floating candles, again in our matching color. And then just to float some of our little orchid buds in there as well.
Coming up, a holiday tree with a holiday touch and the romantic touches for a dinner for two. Lindsay is spending her first holiday season away from family, so it's time to move out the boxes and set the scene for a special holiday dinner for two. Stuart found the perfect area rug to help anchor the dining room, and I could tell you broke the bank with the dining table here.
Well, we thought because Lindsay doesn't have a lot of furniture pieces right now and she's kind of looking for the right pieces, hasn't found it yet, this is a perfect way. We actually rented this one, but you can buy them at Build It Centers, furniture stores as well. Really cheap.
I think they're the perfect solution in the short term until you do invest in a proper table. But we're going to be layering fabrics, which we've also rented.
I've got a couple of fabrics here actually. We've got this beautiful gold, sort of a satin underlay.
Right, which we're laying this on there first, and you'll see how beautiful and romantic this is going to start looking. This is a huge piece of fabric, billowing and...
That's right. So we get that Christmas sort of metallic, the gold. Just a little bit more understated though.
And then our overlay
is this beautiful sort of falling leaves pattern, I guess. But again, it has the bronzes and the different metal tones. And people shouldn't be afraid to necessarily mix metals at Christmas time.
Window treatments is the other area we're addressing in this area.
That's right. And I don't know if you happen to notice, but if you're having dinner here, you can actually almost reach over and grab a bite off of somebody's plate next door.
Right.
So I've gone with a couple of things here. We've got the silhouettes, which is a nice sheer window treatment that has two options. You can sort of have it sheer and see out, but it also gives the opacity to hide that. And then just to soften that, we've got these beautiful, again, faux suede that we talked about before.
Right.
Drapery panels that will go on either side in both rooms.
Time to set the stage for a romantic holiday dinner for two. We repeated the warm golden and amber hues in the dishes and glassware. Two elegant chairs were brought in for this special occasion. Then we added white flowers in classic silver vases. For a final touch, we added lots of candles to create a romantic glow for a special occasion.
So Lindsay, I came up with a little idea for your Christmas tree, which is again using the orchids that we had on the mantelpiece.
Yep.
Hopefully they like orchids.
I do, they're lovely.
Good. Because if you didn't, there's a lot of them in this place. So we're just taking that orchid, we're going to snip them off individually, put it in the vial. But as you can see, I have just this simple glass vial here. And so what we've done is just taken a length of wire, probably about 5 or 6 inches long, wrapped it around the top of the vial where the little threads are. That gives us a little something that we can hang it on the tree. And then finish it off with a bow that hides our wire in behind. So,
Great.
We've got 24 more of those to do. Are you up for the challenge?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
To finish off Stuart's romantic tree, we repeated the color theme from the mantle with glimmering amber glass ornaments and these beaded branches that add a touch of holiday sparkle. Coming up, a few simple tricks to make your holidays up close and personal. It's home to go for the holidays, which means imagining some alternative ways to decorate your home, celebrating with friends and family. Lindsay's apartment is now taking on a romantic holiday feel. We're mixing exotic elements like orchids with more traditional holiday greenery to create the ultimate romantic holiday mood. We've completed all the final touches to Lindsay's space, which truly looks romantic and festive. You came up with the whole look.
Thanks. It was actually a lot of fun to do. I love kind of taking a variation on a theme and not doing the conceived sort of in a little box idea.
Stuart created an intimate feel by reconfiguring Lindsay's sectional closer to the fireplace. An easy way to change a room with the season is to simply drape fabric over the furniture. From a cool blue, the furniture now embraces a warm holiday gold.
A lot of this actually can carry on throughout the winter season because it does warm up the space, especially with the fire going, and it really picks up on that fire with the amber colors that we've picked up as well. So
Right. Great coffee table idea, really simple. We've done this type of thing before.
right, just picking up on the urn theme that we had going in the side there, but just wanting to ground it a little bit more, so we painted it the same color as the feature color that we used on the wall there.
In the dining room, we pulled out all the stops to create a romantic holiday setting for two. We opted to use a large round table, then placed the two table settings side by side. This allowed plenty of space to build up a dramatic vignette with flowers and candles.
Yeah, I think it's turned out quite lovely with several different flower arrangements, and that's something that you can also do quite easily because they're all one type of flower per vase, but you still get that nice variety on the table.
Stuart brought in a total of 4 trees to fill up the void in Lindsay's almost empty apartment, which becomes an element that leads you from room to room. Stuart, I think what really makes this space look quite wonderful and you got a nice flow is repeated elements.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that really works in any good design is that you repeat that element, whether it be a color scheme, whether it be a theme. We've done the color of the amber, the browns, the warm burnished tones. So for us, that's been our theme that we're carrying through, as well as that sort of enchanted garden feeling.
Lindsay's apartment still had that just moved in look when we arrived, but in short order we managed to create a romantic holiday look for Lindsay's first holiday away from her family home. What are some of your favorite elements in the space?
Right now, that Christmas tree.
It is
I think that
spectacular.
tree is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the mantelpiece as well, actually, and all the I guess the foliage on there too. It's just, the whole lot actually is just beautiful.
Right. One of my favorite ideas is just how he's reconfigured your sectional.
Yep.
Had you ever used the pieces in this way?
Absolutely not, no. And I'd kind of thought of it, but not really, and it's, again, good to see it, and it's nice to see it in a different colour.
Yeah, and it's a really simple idea. You can pull off the fabric later on and give it a whole other look.
The difference you can make without too much hard work, actually, and it's so interesting to do what we've done today.
Yes, the whole idea you could do it yourself.
You can do it yourself.
A home-to-go tip. Many items can be rented for special occasions like tables, chairs, linens, and even the table settings. On behalf of all of us here at Home to Go, just because you are so lovely.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
Go ahead and open it.
But open it. Wow, excellent.
Isn't that great?
That's just superb. Thanks very much.
Up next, how designers do it, creating a holiday look with hits of color and some help from holiday food.